Hello, friends. We all know that most complex organ in our bodies is the human brain. You've probably heard many myths and misconceptions about the brain, but did you think how much of what you've heard is actually true? In this video, we are going to explain 5 common myths about the human brain and the mysteries, misconceptions surrounding it. But before we get started, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you won't miss out on our future myth-busting videos. Friends, welcome to our Take It Easy YouTube channel. 5 myths about the human brain. Myth number 1. We only use 10% of our brain. One of the most persistent and widespread brain myths is that we only use 10% of our brains. What a shock to think that we don't use 90% of our brain's potential. There is no scientific evidence to support this myth, not even to an extent. Imagine the following horror scenario. A masked man holds his gun to your forehead and threatens, "Give me your money or I'll shoot." According to the 10% myth, there's only a 10% chance a bullet will hit the part of your brain you're actually using, so you'll obviously disobey his order. But the truth is different. No one would risk such an injury. No stroke or other trauma is, at least temporarily, without consequences. No part of the brain can be damaged without leaving a person with mental or physical disabilities. But there are stories of people who have lived with a bullet in the brain for years or who have fully recovered from a stroke. The fact that these people are able to lead more or less normal lives is due to the extraordinary capacity of the brain. In fact, we use the whole brain in different ways. There are various theories about the origin of this myth, but there is no significant evidence that we only use 10 or any other specific or limited percentage of our brains. On the contrary, all available data shows that we use 100% of our brains. Myth number 2. People are either left-brained or right-brained. Are you a precise thinker or do you claim to be good at drawing in art? At some point someone may have told you that you are left-brained or right-brained. The notion that the right half of the brain is the creative half and the left half is the analytical half, and that our individual traits are determined by which half is dominant, is widespread in popular psychology. There is even a small industry devoted to this idea. There are self-help books, personality tests, therapies, and educational materials that claim to help improve the functioning of the stronger half of your brain. It is a myth that there are right-brained and left-brained people. Although we all obviously have different personalities and talents, there is no reason to believe that these differences can be explained by the dominance of one half of the brain. Recent research using brain imaging technology has found no evidence of right brain or left brain dominance in humans. Myth number 3. Brain development is finished by puberty. The myth that brain development is finished by puberty is far from the truth. While it's true that our brains undergo substantial growth during childhood and adolescence, the idea that development stops after puberty is a misconception. In reality, the brain remains remarkably adaptable throughout life. It continues to create new connections and rewire existing ones in response to learning and experiences, a phenomenon known as neuroplasticity. This process enables us to acquire new skills, adapt to change, and recover from injuries. So, don't be fooled by this myth. Your brain is a lifelong work in progress, always evolving. Myth number 4. Listening to Mozart makes kids smarter. The myth that listening to Mozart makes kids smarter is known as the Mozart effect. This idea became widespread in the 1990s when a study suggested that listening to classical music, particularly Mozart, could temporarily boost cognitive abilities. However, it's essential to separate fact from fiction here. While music can be intellectually and emotionally stimulating, the Mozart effect's claims have been largely overstated. There's no conclusive evidence that simply listening to classical music makes children or anyone inherently smarter. Intelligence is a complex trait influenced by genetics, environment, and various factors, not a temporary state induced by music. Myth number 5: brain training increases IQ and reduces brain degeneration. The myth that brain training increases IQ and reduces brain degeneration has gained popularity in recent years. The idea suggests that engaging in specific mental exercises can enhance cognitive function, boost IQ, and prevent age-related brain degeneration. However, the scientific consensus on these claims is less straightforward. While brain training can improve performance on specific tasks, the evidence supporting broader IQ increases is limited. Additionally, claims about reducing brain degeneration remain uncertain. Research shows that a mentally stimulating lifestyle, including lifelong learning and challenging activities, may have a protective effect on the brain and reduce the risk of cognitive decline. But there's no one-size-fits-all solution, and the effectiveness of commercial brain training programs. And there you have it, folks. Remember, our brains are incredibly complex, and understanding the truth about them can help us increase our cognitive abilities and dispel misconceptions. We've just explained 5 of the most common myths about the human brain. If you found this video informative and you enjoyed it, don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring that notification bell for more fun and informative content. Thanks guys. See you in the next videos.